I'm coming here.
I know, and so I think you've been here for about 2 to 3 weeks now, and you had shared with me prior to just the history of your career, and then also all the exercises we're doing, and clearly all the sitting that we've been doing. So just share with me what kind of stressors your body's gone through over the course of your career.
Yeah, for sure. I've been in the military for almost 7 years, so even though I'm not like front line, I sit at a desk all day, and so even with just being at the office, like the posture of leaning forward, that's kind of become my new norm. And so I personal train, I do group fitness, and so even with all of that background, I'm very much in like chronic pain around my neck. And a friend and a client of yours recommended me to come, and so I took the plunge, and it's been getting better slowly, but it's only been a couple weeks. So
yeah, it definitely has. And the one thing to keep in mind there is we did find something very interesting with your X-ray. So if you want to share with them what it is that we found with your cervical X-ray.
Most of my spine is fantastic besides my cervical spine, so my neck is really messed up right now. So
what it is that we found is we ideally want a beautiful curve in the neck, and what we found with Steph here is that her head is going forward. We have a loss of curvature. And the way I'd explain that to you was, imagine that being a banana. What happens if we take that banana and we start to straighten that banana out? What happens to it?
It's not a banana anymore.
It breaks and it squishes, right? Yeah. So what we found with Steph here is that her traps, her upper back, those muscles are working 3 times harder every single day, because when we're in this position here, the head's gonna weigh a lot more. And over the course of years, what that does, it just builds up stress and tension. And what your body does initially is whispers with a little bit of discomfort, but we don't listen because we keep working out, we keep doing what we want to do. And then one day, this body starts screaming.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at now.
Yep.
And the other thing that's happening too, which is very interesting, is as we start adjusting some of your areas, you actually start to get more discomfort in some of them.
Yeah.
And I think this is a really powerful lesson for people, because healing it is not always a pretty job. It's very easy for us to take a pill and cover something up, whether it be a pain, but oftentimes if you have an old injury that's built up a lot of scar tissue and you start digging in there and you start opening up, it's not going to feel nice. And the same goes for someone if they've been like this for 7 years and we want you to be like that now. The body's going to say, hey, what are you doing? You spent all that time getting in this position, now you want this. So that's the big goal with Steph here. And we're going to be working on her posture. We're going to be working on releasing the muscles in her upper back and her neck. And we're going to get some awesome adjustment. We're going to get an awesome adjustment in today. And I'm excited for you guys to see this. So Steph, what I want you to do, go ahead and lie face down for me. Big deep breaths in and out on the table. And I just want you to melt away and let everything relax. So as we always do when we get started, we just want to notice what we notice, okay? And with Steph here, we can tell that there's some rotation occurring on her hip here. If we take a look on her back, you can even see right here that this side is going to be slightly more raised compared to the left. So you can tell right here, slightly more raised on this side. Lower thoracic and higher, it's going to be raised over here. So just by taking a look at it, we can get an understanding there's some imbalances that are occurring, which is really common because if you're at a desk, you're not doing your work balanced, okay? Now the other thing that we always want to take a look at is going to be leg length. And as we take a look at her, she is even, which is amazing to see. Cool? That's because you've been getting adjusted.
I know.
Perfect. So just take big deep breaths in for me and then all the way out. What we're doing here is palpating her spine, and we're going to look for any differences, any imbalances, and any lack of motion as well. So she's just going to keep breathing in and out for us just like that. Beautiful. Awesome. So what I'm feeling for here is any muscular tension, and we're going to start off with her lumbar spine and her pelvis. And right off the bat, what we're going to notice is that there's some restriction, i.e. not moving as well in her upper pelvis here at the sacrum and the ilium. So Steph, what I want you to do, I'm going to place my hand right here on your sacrum, and you're going to pick one leg, doesn't matter which one, you're going to keep the leg as straight as possible, and then you're going to lift it up as high as you can for me. Is that as high as you can go? All right, back down, and then left side, and then back down. Okay. What did you notice there?
It was a lot more difficult on my right than my left, and I could like feel my hips trying to adjust to do that, to lift my leg up.
So we're not getting proper motion. If you notice, for someone that's very athletic, going out there, you know, doing all sorts of amazing workouts, she was not able to lift that leg up very high, which is letting us know that the restriction, the lack of motion in her pelvis here is actually restricting her from moving freely as her body should. That is a great indicator that we need to adjust into this area here. And we're gonna take a look too. Her muscles in her lumbar spine here are very tight. So if something is not moving well, it's probably very tight as well. Awesome. So what we have happening with her, L4 is restricted. We're gonna get some motion in there, but what we want to open up first is this side here. Cool. So Steph, what you're gonna do for me is have this side up facing me. This is gonna be so awesome for us to retest. All the way back. So let's get this arm right on over here. And what I want you to do for me here is take a big deep breath in. And see, that's already moving. Let that relax. Perfect. And let's go ahead and have the other side. Around this just a little bit here. Perfect. And on this one, you're gonna go big, deep breath in. One more time, you're gonna let it all the way out. Beautiful, right there. Amazing. Well done. Let's go face down. Beautiful. Legs still even. That looks a lot more balanced to me. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is lift your leg up again.
Whoa.
Awesome. She says, whoa. And the left side. Beautiful. What did you notice?
A lot more easier to do on the right, and then I think maybe a little bit less like of hip movement on the left. So, good.
Awesome. So she says it's a lot easier for her to do that. So what do you think is going to happen now when you go to exercise or do any of those motions?
It's going to feel a lot better than if I was not in the correct alignment. So.
Exactly. She's got correct alignment, and your likelihood to injure yourself again now?
No.
No, right? It goes down because we have proper motion. That was beautiful. All with one incredible adjustment there. Now, when someone is sitting at a desk, the likelihood that they get tension in their mid-thoracic spine is very high because there's a tendency for us to round. And what I'm feeling with Miss Steph here is that there's muscles that are tight and tense here and a little higher up here. So what I'm gonna do is a combo move here, which we're gonna go ahead and move 2 to 3 segments. We're gonna get some great movement. What I want you to do is bend both knees for me right here. And you're gonna go ahead and take a big, big deep breath in. One right there, and one a little bit higher. Breathe it all the way out. Wow.
Oh my God.
Breathe. Whew. And then go face up for me. How was that adjustment?
That, I don't even think my spine has ever done that in its life.
Beautiful.
Oh man.
So Steph, can you describe to them what does it feel to have your neck? If the people that are watching these videos, what would you say your neck feels like on your body?
It feels really heavy constantly, and like I have 2 dogs, so like me chasing them around is like constantly me looking side to side, and that's pretty painful. I don't get like full range of motion on my neck. I have constant pain like in the way back of my neck, like closer to my skull. That hasn't really been like migraine-y, but it definitely causes a lot more tension in my upper body, which my muscles have been feeling a lot of tension for like, I don't know, at least the last couple of years.
Wow. Now the reason all of that is happening is because these muscles in the neck are working 3 times harder every single day to hold up this bowling ball of a head, which instead of weighing 10 to 12 pounds, it feels like it's going to weigh somewhere between 30 to 36 pounds. And every time that we look down on our technology, it's going to weigh about 6 times more. So that's why it's so important to work on our posture, and that's why it's important to get adjusted to get relief. And all that you're going to do for me is just let that relax. Beautiful. Right down there at C6, and this is going to be right where our occiput is and her atlas. Focus on just relaxing, breathing that out, and to release that pressure, just breathe. We're going to do a nice traction move here. Wow. How did that one feel?
I like felt that all the way down to my feet.
Oh my goodness. Guess what? We're gonna pull your legs here as well, and you're gonna walk out of here a lot taller than you were before. That was amazing. So when we did that traction move, we felt literally from C5 down to T1 is what I felt, and it just opened up beautifully. So tell the folks, you know, anyone that's at a desk or anyone that exercises, what is your advice for them?
I would just say, like, don't count out chiro at all. I think, like, I was doing yoga, I was doing all the things that I thought I should be doing, and kind of avoided this. And I've noticed too that I've been actually honoring my body a lot more, which has been cool. So, like, taking the time to rest and, like, not run all the time, and, like, give my body that time to readjust to this new way of life. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And the big thing that we notice is once people start investing their time, you know, and their efforts in here, that it starts to translate in other aspects of their life. They start eating better, they start taking care of their mind, they start exercising, and after a few months, you just have a completely new person. So thank you for sharing your message.
You.
Appreciate you. Awesome adjustment. Thank you, folks.